Hello, everyone, and welcome to Link Asia. I'm Sydney Kohara, filling in for Yul Kwan while he's visiting South Korea. The relationship between the United States and its ally Pakistan is as bad as it's ever been. The recent strain began after two deadly attacks in Kabul, one on the U.S. Embassy and NATO headquarters in Kabul, and a truck bomb attack that injured dozens of coalition troops. The militant Haqqani network, which is aligned with the Taliban, has been blamed for carrying out both attacks, and the outgoing chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, Admiral Mike Mullen, had this to say to Congress.
A second, but no less worrisome challenge we face is the impunity with which certain extremist groups are allowed to operate from Pakistani soil. The Haqqani network, for one, acts as a veritable arm of Pakistan's Internal Services Intelligence Agency. With u.s.a. support, Haqqani operatives planned and conducted that truck bomb attack, as well as the assault on our embassy.
This statement provoked the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Yusuf Raza Gilani. He said these accusations are only creating further misunderstandings between the United States and Pakistan.
The statements by top U.S. officials are surprising for us in our contrary to Pakistan's sacrifices and its success against terrorism and extremism.
This week, Afghan officials announced they had uncovered a plot to kill their president, Hamid Karzai. The plotters are suspected of having ties with the Haqqani. The angry words between Washington and Islamabad have also raised the temperature in Pakistan's social media. Here's Wajahad Khan in Islamabad.
Media in Pakistan have only added to the war hysteria of a nation already at war with itself. Currently, the mainstream seems very calibrated and very pro-government. Comparatively, social media is white hot, even anarchic. What is on the margins of network television and newspapers is headline news on Facebook and Twitter. One of the most retweeted stories came from the mainstream daily, the Express Tribune. Pakistani Foreign Minister Hina Rabbani Kar charged that the leader of the Haqqani network, Jalaluddin Haqqani, was the blue-eyed boy of the CIA during the anti-Soviet jihad in the 1980s. Her words echoed through Pakistan's social media landscape. One user tweeted that the so-called blue-eyed boy Haqqani had officially visited the White House during the Reagan era, so there was clearly a connection. Also angry was the response to U.S. Secretary of Defense Leon Panetta's statement that the U.S. would do what it can to stem American casualties traced back to Pakistan. This post said Panetta and Mullen were merely performing a morale-building exercise because their troops were losing. But while the country's top brass resorted to diplomacy, this post told the US to bring it on. A Facebook group called Inqilab Aayega, Urdu for the Revolution is coming, introduced a hyper-nationalist twist to the narrative. The group featured artwork which demanded that the baseless American allegations deserved a face-breaking response. Two armies, one Pakistani, the other American, were depicted charging towards one another in a bloody face-off. The resonance of the art is reflected in a comment from Zahid Khan Malik, which claimed that whatever may happen to Pakistan, we will not leave America alone. Powerful political organizations like the Party of the Islamic Clerics of Pakistan also jumped on the bandwagon by introducing their own fantasy war art. Declaring that the time for jihad against America had finally arrived, they got a lot of inshallahs or God willing posts going. A post by the right-leaning The Revolution is Coming featured a photograph of a Pakistani nuclear missile alongside military commanders and nuclear scientists, Pakistan's most hyped-up heroes. Superimposed on the image was a couplet in Urdu that translates into, "We are fighting the pharaohs and the struggle continues." In the past few days, both Washington and Islamabad have moved away from the charged rhetoric, that is the geopolitical blame game over Afghanistan. But social media here remains riled up. For now, rational discourse is a rare animal in the online jungle of anti-Americanism. From Islamabad, I'm Wajahad Khan for Link Asia.
Link TV is the only U.S. network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world. To learn more, visit linktv.org.